Alright, good morning everybody. Have I ever said that the E-Trac is the best detector out there? Yeah, you've heard me. So the E-Trac, the E-Trac is the best detector, hands down. You know, I've had the CTX. I've ran the CTX for a whole year, exclusively for a whole year, and I tell you, I sold it. You know, the E-Trac is so much better, I think, in my opinion. Just my opinion. There are so many people out there who absolutely love the CTX. Now, the Equinox is a detector that I am considering getting because of its water abilities, but I want to give it a year and then I might pick up a used one down the road. If it continues to be a pretty good detector, I probably won't be able to find one used. But I've been to this school one time before with Hap. He lives up here. This is Vancouver. And he's hunted this a couple times and picked up wheats and stuff. And I picked up a Rosie here. Lots of Washington, well, lots, but 5 Washington tax tokens in one hunt. And a silver ring. And I think he's picked up a silver ring. And then I got that guy right there. Now this was, I hit this in this direction. It sounded like a penny, copper. And then when I turned this way, I had this high tone. And that really made me want to focus on it more. So I opened it up in all metal and I was seeing numbers like 2345 all the way up from the 35s irons, then dropping down into like 1245s. You know, so it was one of those iffy ones, but it sounded really good in this direction, and I didn't videotape it because I had it just had a lot of conflicting numbers and it didn't quite sound 100%, but there it is. And then, you know, and that's one thing about Washington, I don't find deep silver up here. So this is about 4 inches down and it's a Merc. So I know that the school location I'm at is pretty old, and I hope to find some more today. I'm out here by myself today, and I think Hap will be out tomorrow. But yeah, sweet. I started the recording again because there's something else in the whole sidewall. So that's either a coin or maybe that iron that I thought I was seeing. Let's take a peeky. Like I said, in one direction I heard copper, and then one direction I heard a little bit better tone, high tone. So oh, look at that. This is a pencil, something else in the hole too, but it's a pencil top, so that's garbage. And I'm getting way off to the side, so chances are of that being another coin. Probably a lot slimmer. Iron. Alright, well, I'll turn this off, but yeah, I tell you, the E-Trac is probably a really good detector, you know? Picking out those high tones amongst some trash. Love it. This was literally 2 inches under the ground. Solid quarter tone. It's a token. It's light. I thought maybe, wow, it's just a shallow tax token, but it's not. But it definitely looks like it's got a Washington on it or something. So So, could be a gas token, but just under the ground. See, that's the thing. When I came here the first time and hunted with Hap, and I found like 5 Washington tax tokens, that just tells me that nobody really has done a good job here. And he said that he came by here one time and there was like 3 other guys out here detecting. And, you know, and then I find this. It's taking your time, it's gridding off, it's covering as much as 100% of an area. You know, that's the whole thing. You know, if you can focus an area like it be a, you know, maybe it's 100 by 100 foot area, focus on 100% of it, you know, and then go off and meander and wander around. The next time you come back, just continue where you left off until you've covered, you know, as much of the area 100%. And then you'll pick up all this stuff. I'll clean it up and get a picture. It looks like I don't know, just looks like Washington on it, but it's not a quarter. Weird. Well, hey everybody, I'm out long ways from home. I've been to this school maybe twice, and I know I've hunted a little bit of that area out there. And one time I came, it was pouring rain, so I really didn't get to spend too much time here. The school's been added on to, but I know it's been here since 1950, and then it's been added on a couple times. But this ball field I know has been here since 51 for sure, and then they added the one over here later. But this field pretty much is intact, and it's got my old, well, the older eye post, which I always like to see when I go and hunt. And it's fenced off. I like to see the older posts. Anyways, I got a signal here. I just got here. This will be my second dig. My first dig was a little Hot Wheel. Where's my Hot Wheel? I saved my Hot Wheel, which rings up nice, and it's a Mustang Fastback there. And but this signal's coming up about 5 inches, good 45, solid silver tones. That's what we got. Get the camera thing to tighten up here a little bit. Get the right camera angle because I can't see my screen. I just came from a park very close to here that I've only hunted a couple times, and it's not an older park, but my friend did find a barber half there. I think it was kind of a fluke, you know, from construction and maybe an old site there or something, but never had much luck there. And still didn't have any luck there. I was there for about just an hour. Oh, whatever it is out of the hole. Oh, it's not silver, but it's a wheat scent. That's a good sign. So my second dig, first coin on this field. It's a wheat scent. Not sure of the year, 1942. All right, well, if the rest of my day is like that, bound to hit silver, right? So I'm just going to start walking on and gridding off back and forth through here. Hey, well, how often do you ignore the back of backstops? Question mark, right? It's an area that you probably think everybody hits and you probably ignore it. Don't. I've ignored a few backstops only to have friends go back there and find silver and gold rings and all kinds of good stuff behind the backstops. You know, it's the place where everybody's kind of hanging out until, you know, the team switches. And so I had this signal behind the backstop, and this direction, it was kind of iffy. And then when I went this way, it was often on high tone. But I had to go really fast high tone. If I did big swings, it kind of just wasn't there. So I had to do like really fast, short high swings. And then I got something I thought, well, this is just junk. But then as I'm cleaning it up, I think it's a silver ring. Because it was giving me, and if I was going really fast high tones this way, I was getting nice high tones, like a dime quarter. But this direction kind of sounded like a maybe a penny, but broken up. So I definitely got a ring. It doesn't feel very heavy, so it could be aluminum, which does give you that good, nice and high tone. So it's a B ring, and oh, it's really light, so I'm thinking aluminum. Anyways, let me clean that up, and then we'll get a picture of that on the interior. See if there's any markings. I doubt, it's just way too light. Bummer, but yeah, it's a good find. Anyways. Well, I'm behind the backstop. I was just about ready to move over in this little section here, and I had this high tone. I looked down at my number, and it was 149. I went back over it again. 149. I thought that was weird, but it was coming through my, my discrimination. It was a little high tone. I turned sideways, put it in all metal, and I saw like a 2348, 2345, something like that, and put the discrimination back on and went over it, and there was still that little high tone in there. So I dug down, and now I'm down about 6 inches or so, and I had a hit over here, so I pulled that out. Oh, I thought it was a wheat penny. Nope, memorial. And then I put my probe in there, had another high tone. Rosie. 1959. Scratched it. That's pretty cool. So 59, it was same depth as the memorial penny down there. Penny looked old, like it could have been borderline wheat, but yeah, well, that makes sense. I didn't look at the date on the penny, but penny could have been like 1959. So anyways, don't ignore the backstop, behind the backstops. And you really got to listen, because behind the backstop is a very trashy area. So you got to dig some of the iffy high tones in there. Sweet. That's what I like to say, right? Sweet.